Hey DRMB, how's it going? Kulprit here, and I wanted to talk to you today about a topic that I've kind of been wondering about for a little while. And as I've kind of done more and more YouTube and read a lot more comments and replies and things like that, it's kind of got me wondering, why do you play the game? And by game, I mean obviously Battlefield 3. Before I get into that, I just want to introduce the video. This is Rush server, 32-man, Grand Bazaar. I'm playing with a bunch of buddies in my platoon and stuff like that, but we because of Battlefield 3's balancing and matchmaking, we're spread all over the team, so I wasn't able to really squad up with a lot of guys, and it actually made the teams fairly balanced, although it doesn't always prove because of certain map issues. Anyway, like I said, as I do YouTube more and I interact with a lot more people between my comments and my replies, emails, tweets, Facebook, whatever, it becomes really obvious to me that people really do play this game for just a ton of different reasons. I always kind of thought everybody was like myself and played it for the same reasons, and I've come really to the realization that that's just not true. And I mean, everybody knows about the trolls that play the game to just ruin people's days, obviously, and that's the worst extreme, I guess. But so many people play it for to achieve levels, almost like an MMO. They want to get that 100 kernel or whatever, and that's their goal, like above all else. And to me, that's really foreign. I don't understand that. Levels to me mean absolutely nothing. Everybody, it's so popular now to say KD and score per minute, all that doesn't mean anything. Stats don't mean anything. I don't believe that to be true. I think most people, are saying that, are being facetious. I think people definitely pay attention to their stats, and stats matter, but I think the thing is, stats should matter to the individual. My stats should matter to me, because to me they show an improvement. They shouldn't matter to anybody else. I shouldn't care what anybody else thinks, and I pretty much don't. You can't, putting yourself out there on videos like this. You can't care. You have to have thick skin. But for me, it's a combination of things, and I'm going to bring up the issues, and maybe you guys could, through the comments and whatnot, let me know exactly why do you play Battlefield 3. I mean, obviously it's to have fun, and as much as I might rant or rave sometimes at DICE or EA or whoever it may be, other players, it doesn't matter. I really do enjoy this game. I really do. This game, for all its shortcomings, is phenomenal. Let's be honest. Let's give it its due. I mean, sure, it might not reach its full potential, and it might be lacking in certain little areas, but it is really a pretty incredible game, and I enjoy it. It's one of my favorite games of all time. Hate me if you want, but I'm just being honest. I wouldn't put this many hours into the game and everything peripheral if I didn't really enjoy it. So obviously, I do play the game to have fun. That wouldn't really, strangely enough, be my primary reason for playing it. Obviously, if that was absent, I wouldn't play it as much as I do. But the reason I do it is because I'm the type of person that I always have to be getting better. Like, I'm always working to get better. So Battlefield really gives me that advantage. Or I shouldn't say advantage, I should say opportunity to get better. It's something that I can apply myself to. It's something that I can work towards. It's something that I can practice, and I can get better. If I step into a game, let's just say I stepped into Battlefield 3, and I just dominated. It was easy. For some reason, I'm some kind of born savant at Battlefield 3, and I'm just able to dominate it. It wouldn't be as fun for me. It really wouldn't. Truly, I would get bored very quickly. Let's say it's the same thing as if I get on a server and the server is terrible. The other team is really bad and we're spawn trapped on them. Is that fun? No, that's not fun. It gets boring real quick. But if you get on a server that's really nice and balanced and offers you a good challenge, like this server was this night for me, I love that. And it's a good way to measure yourself. It's a good way to see if you're improving, and that really drives me. The other reason that I really kind of play, first-person shooters as well as Battlefield 3 in particular, is because obviously you're playing other players, and there's nothing is better than that. If you're like me, you cannot play. I can't play a game that's centered around bots. I can't jump into Skyrim and really get a ton of time in that. I grow bored going against bots. It doesn't do it for me. So the idea of playing against other players, no matter how good or bad they may be, really intrigues me and really keeps my attention. And that's because I as a person, through either athletics, video games, whatever it is, I really have to scratch my competitive itch. I'm older now. I'm 34, so obviously it's been a long time since I played high school or college sports and things like that. So I've had to, as I've grown older, find ways to kind of, in essence, scratch that competitive itch, because it's not as easy. You go to school, you assume you play school sports. You go to college, you might play, whether you're playing for the school or intramurals, whatever it is. But as you grow older and you get into your life, you realize that something might be lacking, and you got to really kind of go out and seek ways. Now, obviously, now computers are a really great way to do that, or computer games, video games, I should say. And for me, that's probably the biggest reason that I get so deep into games like this, like Battlefield 3. It's more because, you know, playing against other people is really super competitive for me. I'm a competitive person. I do have the ability to turn the switch on or off, thank goodness. I don't know if that's come with age or not, where I can play for fun, I can play casually, but I really enjoy when I'm matched up and I know the teams are even. I kind of enjoy being the underdog or being like the worst player in a server, because then I really feel like that gives me a ton of a challenge.
Where is he?
So for me, I would say obviously everybody plays for fun, and then for me it would be obviously the competitive rush, the competitive itch that drives me in a lot of things I do, and behind all that is also the drive to always be improving, always be getting better. So I was just curious, because I mean there's some obvious, like I said, through replies, emails, things like that. A lot of people have, you know, opened my eyes to different ways, and you know, another way that's really kind of made me, I guess, shake my head or facepalm or something and wonder, like, what? Wow, do people really play that way? Is this craze about the double XP? I don't understand it, to be honest with you, myself. It's kind of lost on me. Obviously, DICE thinks it's the greatest thing in the world because they keep putting it out and through premium, and people love it. So I obviously don't. I miss something. I don't understand. Why the heck does double XP matter? It doesn't, you know, we've all been playing Battlefield for a long time now, or Battlefield 3. Everything's pretty much unlocked. Everything you want, you have. You're not at any kind of a disadvantage, like that guy across your sights has a better gun or anything. Everything's pretty fairly balanced at this point. What does it matter to get double XP? It just, for me, like levels, like I don't even know what I am on PC. I'm some kind of kernel, 10, 20, I don't even know. Honest to God, I don't know. I stopped paying attention a long time ago. I stopped paying attention probably first kernel because I had everything unlocked. The rest is just like, who cares? But people do, and it's nothing. There's nothing wrong with that. If that brings you joy, that brings you enjoyment, go for it. But like I said, like this whole, like I think when I thought the double XP came out, I thought it was the stupidest idea ever. I thought it was gonna flop. I thought it was gonna be ridiculous. But I mean, people love it, and so it just makes me realize that I am not as in tune with the Battlefield 3 player base as I thought it would, and I just really don't understand it. Like I was playing last weekend, and people were like, "Yo, it's double XP. I'm playing all night," and I'm like, I didn't even know it was double XP. Like, what difference does that make? Now, I mean, you can make an argument that maybe the whole double XP brings out worse players, and so the servers get easier, and it's a feeding frenzy for the sharks and the good players. I don't know. I didn't think about it that much. I just thought it was quite funny that I was so surprised by that. And so, I mean, obviously, people play the game to gain levels and get that kind of prestige, I guess you could say, you know, to steal from Call of Duty side. I don't see it. It doesn't do anything for me. Is that something that you guys try to do it for? I mean, I would understand someone wanting to play for KD almost more than I would for levels. Like, levels really indicate nothing except for time played, because I mean, I've absolutely seen people with hundreds of hours. I shouldn't say hundreds of hours. Let's say 100 hours in this game, and they still have like a 0.5 KD and like a 150, 200 score per minute. Now, obviously, they're not very good at the game, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, but I can't just look at his, you know, whatever kernel rank it is and be like, oh, he's awesome. Look at, and that's kind of part of the problem. It's a whole other commentary on what's wrong with the balancing system, because I think, you know, a lot of games go off level and rank, and it's a terrible gauge of someone's play. And of course, I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about the guys who play for one of the reasons we all hate, and that's just basically to ruin people's day. I mean, there's a lot of those guys out there. It's, you know, and the one that's fairly similar is to dominate and to like just, I guess, almost build up their self-esteem by just destroying people. Like I'm not one of those guys. I have enough self-confidence and self-esteem. I don't need to garner any from someone else. But there's people that are out there certainly do, and they get quite a kick out of just ruining someone's playing experience. And I have a feeling most of the people watching this video and that are in the DRMB community aren't those types of people. At least I certainly hope so. I know I'm not, but that's obviously a reason people play. We can't deny it. And as much as people might try to root it out, it's always going to be there, especially in, you know, an environment where you're playing against other people. And as much as I don't agree with it, I can almost understand it, why that would drive some people, because it's a reflection of real life, really. So, guys, I'd really like for you guys in the comments to, you know, talk to me about why do you play Battlefield 3 and why do you play it so much? Because let's be honest, we all play it probably more than we should. And And what is it that does it for you? Is it the competitive edge? Is it the challenge of going against other players? Is it to gain levels? Is it to get better? Are you driven to improve your skills and see yourself steadily progress? Is it to just have fun, to goof off, to load up Jeeps with C4 and drive them into things, which is totally justifiable, and I understand that. So once again, guys, I really thank you for listening. If you want to hear more commentaries by me, obviously swing by my channel if you could. I'd really appreciate that. Once again, I'd like to thank the RMB for giving me this opportunity, and I will talk to you soon, guys. Take care.